A little bit about what you're actually watching. So right now you're actually watching the CNC read G code. How to actually get to that? Well, I started out in Illustrator creating vector files for the letters, turning that into an SVG file, importing that into VCarve Pro, then exporting that out as a G code so that the CNC can actually read it using Universal G Coder or any other G code readers out there. I prefer to use UGS at the moment. That's what you're watching right now. As I'm brushing the letters, I'm inspecting the depth of the cut to see what I need to change on the next cut, because I will be duplicating this cut. As you can see, I have still just a little bit more to cut out in order to get an all the way cut through. As I'm finishing up cutting the small letters, I will have to do a second pass because the cut I did on the first pass or first run is not deep enough. So I will have to adjust the depth of my Z zeroing before continuing to do a duplicate of this certain cut. Cutting the larger letters don't take as much time because it's actually running in a circuit for the line work that you're seeing right now. It's going around in circles, and once it reaches its start point, it dials down and keeps cutting until it cuts the specified depth from the G code, which is a 1/2 inch. And so you can see it kind of go around in circles and changing the depth every time it reaches its start point. So I coated the letters with a sealer to act as a first layer of protection before painting it as well. So this would act as a barrier for moisture. Now that it's time to paint, I made sure that all the sides and the edges were sealed before putting the paint on. I'm using a small roller that doesn't soak up a bunch of paint because you don't want so much paint globbed onto the letters. You just want a thin layer, and I will be doing 3 layers of this thin layer on each side and the edges to complete it. And this will protect against humidity, hot and UV and cold months as we kind of go through these 4 seasons of spring, summer, fall, and winter. Removing the former sign wasn't too difficult. It had metal brackets holding the boards in with screws, and there were bolts bolted into the side that held in the boards from warping. So this bracket actually helped a lot because it stopped the boards from warping over the years. Using my impact driver, I unscrewed all of the screws holding the boards in. I only removed a pair of brackets. I left the other pair of brackets on there because I only needed one side loosened for the boards to fall out. Once they were loose, the wind pretty much did the job by pushing the middle board down. I needed to unscrew the top board to take it down so that I can go and wood filler it. So I knocked it all down and then begin the process of taking the pieces over to be salvaged. It was actually still good pieces of wood to use for something. They're only marked, so maybe I could wood fill it or plane it or somehow flat and reuse the wood. So the wood will be upcycled. Here it is, the duplicated letterings that I needed to finish painting. For aligning the letters, I created a diagram in Illustrator to show all the dimensions I needed to mark into the board in order to make sure the letters were even. I used the masking tape as a long straight edge so that I could align all the letters at the bottom. And you can see me using the ruler, just trying to figure out each spacing before actually securing all the letters into place. What's that saying? Measure twice, cut once. I guess it's measure twice and secure it or nail it once.